minute.
The gentleman is recognized.
Speaker, I shall have consent to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I'm a member of the Out of Iraq Caucus, and I agree with most of what has been said. I support the Murthas proposal for an immediate and orderly redeployment. There's one subject I'd like to raise which has not been discussed very much here, however, and that is the role of the American oil barons who have contributed greatly to the colossal mess of the war in Iraq. Our troops today are as good as they were when they were labeled the greatest generation and defeated Hitler. But in Iraq, today's counterparts of Eisenhower, Patton, Bradley, the Colin Powells, the John Murthas, they were not allowed to take charge. Lust for control of the oil made the oil barons push everyone capable of carrying out a reasonable destruction of Saddam Hussein aside. This administration encouraged the oil barons to overrule the military professionals. Lust for oil is still the problem, seldom discussed in America, but very much on the minds of the people of Iraq. We cannot succeed as long as the ordinary Iraqi people see us as oil thieves responsible for the terror and their day-to-day misery. We went into Iraq fighting fanatics, fighting Saddam Hussein and his oligarchy of brutal, decadent killers. No great crowds greeted our troops with flowers, but there's good reason to believe that the masses of citizens were hoping for some real improvements. But we guarded only the oil wells, while the water systems and the electricity grids collapsed. As the people observed our preoccupation with oil, the insurgency began to grow. The leadership of the oil barons could not run a country, and they could not manage an occupation. Oil revenues must be addressed in order to regain the confidence of the Iraqi masses. We need a transparent, open, full discussion of what are the arrangements that have been proposed, what is being proposed, or what contracts are already in place. Chevron, BP, Exxon, they're there. Contracts have been written. Is there a committee in this House, a subcommittee, that knows what kinds of contracts have been written? What will the Iraqi people have left after these contracts are executed? They were executed before the government was in place. Oil is the greatest resource that Iraq has, of course. They're number 4 among the nations of the world. To what degree is Halliburton going to control the revenues as their payment for reconstruction of some of the oil wells? To what degree are the foreign oil companies going to control revenue because of their arrangements for the pipelines and lines and the shipping and retail outlets? What is going to happen to the oil? Questions that the Iraqi people are asking. Everybody in every section of the country wants to know, how are the oil revenues going to be distributed? If I live in a province where there's no oil, will my area benefit? These questions need to be answered honestly. Congress must seize the initiative from the American oil barons and demand justice for the Iraqi citizens. The oil belongs to them. We must win their trust and separate the masses of the Iraqi people from the fanatical murders. Follow the logic of the Murthas resolution. Give the people control of their oil revenues and get out of Iraq. We can do that when we have the trust of the Iraqi people. When the Iraqi people have their own revenues, they can equip their own police forces. They can take charge of their government in a confident way. They don't need us, and they'll be less likely to join hands with the insurgents and protect the fanatical murderers that have now found greater receptivity in the population than ever before. Get out of Iraq.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Give the people control of their oil revenues.
Gentleman from Texas.